It is great to have you back here at Coin Lady channel. Everyone, the script and the blueprint are already in the can. Yet no one else can perceive it but us. Because all we do is stare and contemplate, don't we? Please like today's video, but remember that nothing is guaranteed. And it's something we can discuss. Now that a soft landing has been widely accepted, an ACS recession carries the same black swan danger as before, Justin. Isn't that obvious? A new black swan narrative involving automobiles is set to hit the market. Besides you, who else is here first? Nice, easy landing, huh? Many people think that everything will be okay in the end, and that's basically what the consensus is. The market, you may recall? On the other hand, the majority is consistently mistaken and opposed to the trade. However, we shall begin by affirmatively pumping yes. Two roads diverge. Since the beginning, we've stated that if they had to choose between pumping till it collapses or number 3, which, to me, is the most obvious, then they should pump it. In the event of a black swan recession, prices will rise until they crash. So, that's my take on it. Which one would you pick? This is going to hurt the majority of market participants, so if you're one of the elite, a market maker, or an insider, you should probably avoid it. Am I correct? Reason being, no one will sell here. Down here, people will sell, but up here, nobody will. I see. Assets are, I don't know, going absolutely bonkers here. Right now. That is, for the time being. Guys, I think we can still do great things in the near future. Perhaps during the next few months, will it not? As we continue to ascend, something materializes seemingly out of thin air. Why? Why? Because the Hindenburg omen set off the stock market meltdown, didn't it? It appears that this signal, which accurately forecast the stock market crashes of 1987 and 2008, has been activated. Am I correct? Not even the indication is shown. I have no idea what it is for. I mean, maybe they do in the article itself. However, it is purported that this indication, which was responsible for predicting the 1987 and 2008 black swan events, has just been activated. Am I correct? Weirdness, why is it? BlackRock Insider Trading Alert. BlackRock has confirmed this once again, and you can probably guess what they're selling. Why? Feel free to ask why. Larry Fink, Chair and Chief Executive Officer of BlackRock, sold 30,000 shares for $25 million. I see. Obviously, he just sold 25 million shares, but I have no idea how many shares he actually holds. Asking yourself, clearly, there is a specific reason why. Their sales aren't inflated due to. I am uncertain. There might be a lot of factors at play here, but I'm taking it as a red flag. The board of directors of VERGE just sold 20,000 shares, valued at $21 million, in an insider trading scandal. But we were wondering why he sold guys in the first place. He likely has a lot more men in his life. Am I correct? As the second largest stakeholder and board member since 2008, the fact that their church's attempted risk management is concerning to me. Recently sold 26,000 Nvidia shares for $30 million. They likely have a lot, and he likely has more shares, but sales are still modest, aren't they? Receive notifications about Apple insider trades. This chairman just made over $14 million by selling 75,000 shares of Apple stock. Why? What for? What for? Why? Because it would constitute insider trading if they all sold before a crash or black swan event. Instead, they sell slowly in anticipation of this. Just in time for that to occur to us. Before they run out, they sell at this place. I see. In the near future, nonetheless, I maintain my belief that you will move higher. Guys, I still think you can do better. I'm eagerly anticipating the next level, which is supposed to be really mind-blowing. Apocalypse is near. Everything about this is absolutely insane. The bank's CEO, Jamie Dimon, has warned that hell will come in no uncertain terms. Just in case private credit takes a turn for the worst, JP Morgan. As a statement, we're going to hell. Am I correct? Or opinion? People will be screaming because there will be so much blood. Yeah, you're going to be frightened. According to Goldman Sachs, hedge funds are selling UAC equities at a rate not seen since January. Am I correct? For whatever reason, hedge funds have been selling US stocks at a rate not seen since January. Their acquisition was made at a low price, and their sale was made at a high price. Yes, exactly. That's why it's important to emphasize that there are 63 lenders on the verge of insolvency, and that $517 billion in unrealized losses have rocked the banking system. I see. Everything is in control, so there's no need to worry, everyone. In the year 2000, which was an election year, by the way, a black swan entered the picture, you guys. I see. 2008 was also an election year. In 2000, black swan entered the picture. Thus, it's interesting, isn't it? And this is also somewhat comparable. That banks are completely vulnerable is the most interesting part of this story, folks. Ichigo tweeted out Deutsche Bank just now, Mr. Poole, a couple of hours ago, like 2 hours ago. On the second video's second channel, I normally wouldn't bring up such topics, but... wasn't it sudden? Banks might collapse, says Mr. Poole. Not to mention this. Every one of these banks, correct? We don't expect to see this, guys. It appears that the banking sector is also on the verge of collapsing. The entire financial system appears to be on the verge of collapse, not just 63 guys. I see. I have no idea what a black swan will be. However, this could be related to the $9 billion to $517 billion increase in its first quarter unrealized losses on available for sale and held-to-maturity securities. From $39.9 million to $500 billion, it is absolutely absurd, dude. If that is even feasible, how? Am I correct? I don't think the economy is looking good, because maybe it's not wise to deposit all your money into one bank. That being said, I do think that the larger banks will eventually devour the smaller ones. I see. That can't happen until there's a financial catastrophe, you people. Though I do believe the major financial institutions will be able to weather the storm. Turn out perfectly. The reason behind this is that the people who are so rich, the billionaires, had deposited their fiat currency into banks and the stock market. So, it's amazing, you guys. The increase in mortgage rates during the first quarter led to larger unrealized losses on residential mortgages and mortgage-backed securities, which prompted the search. Unrealized losses have been abnormally high for 9 straight quarters, dating back to the first quarter of 2022 when the Federal Reserve began raising interest rates. Because of this, they should cut these race-cars. I see. But they can't at the moment since inflation isn't reducing gas prices as quickly as they'd like it to and rates are being held. Accordingly, I anticipate that they will likely cut it throughout the summer. At that point, doesn't it come in? They will therefore plan an issue of some kind, you people. Also, owing to a number of flaws, these banks are dangerously close to going bankrupt. Well, that concludes our video. Do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. Coming up shortly, farewell.